Hi guys, welcome to WarGames on Wednesday with Martin and Georgie. And hopefully no technical issues this week, which probably means there will be. So
you've just jinxed it by saying that.
Yeah, of course we have.
Not.
But straight off the bat, obviously guys, in the chat room, we've started a little bit early to try and fill the chat room up before we went live with Image, and with a bit of luck you guys will tell us whether or not we sound normal or whether we sound like the drunken Barry White every week, and we think we've fixed it this week.
I think there should be like a segment, the Barry White segment at the start of the show, the intro.
Just the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I love it. It makes me happy.
How do we sound, Adam?
All good.
Oh good, can you turn that so that we can see the actual stream?
Lovely.
Rather than the playback version. Put it onto the OBS screen for us.
So you might be able to see a couple of different images behind us.
Yeah, there's loads of images, so we're going for a bit of a slideshow this week, and these are all images that were taken during the Northwest Open, so there'll be people's armies and there'll be random faces come into play.
Yeah, which might look a bit odd, just a face
there'll just be a face just appears behind us. There is a picture of me somewhere on there, so there it is. So there's me between us, which is just all a little bit weird, like Martinception. All good. A good 15 people in the room straight off. Couple of hellos. Finn's just joined in.
Finn's already.
Ian are in there. He's straight off. What is it? Draft this week? Yes.
It is. Also, Finn, check Facebook and that will tell you about game day because an event's gone up. So.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about game day anyway, so we may as well say it. We may as well start with it. So game day should have been last weekend for Magic, but obviously due to the Northwest Open, which we're going to talk about in a minute, we just couldn't possibly manage to fit it in as well. So we're going to do it. Sunday. Okay, there you go.
Sunday.
I wasn't aware. I wasn't sure whether it was Saturday or Sunday.
It's happening on Sunday. What's the date of that? I'm really terrible at dates.
The 13th.
13th.
It's got to be the 13th because I'm getting on a plane on the 14th. I've told you where I'm going next week. She really doesn't like it. I showed her pictures before and she's like, oh, I'm so jealous.
It's going to Canada.
Going to Canada, I'm going to Toronto.
It shouldn't say Saturday, Finn. It should say Sunday because I set it for the 13th.
I think Finn's just being Finn.
I'll double check it later, but I'll make basically game day for Magic Sunday, starting about 1ish.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be in. It'll be my last day before I go to Canada. This time I'm going to Canada.
You might have mentioned it. I don't listen.
Just once or twice.
But so that'll be fun. Game days are always really fun anyway because they're free and there's some really cool stuff that you get for actually playing in it. I mean, first place you get a playmat. This is a really cool one actually. It's a big one with nickel bolas looking kind of intimidating on it. And purple flames everywhere. And then you've got top 8 get a foil promo card, which is the best foil promo card ever because it has a cat on it and Velvet, and it's amazing. And there's just that's really scary picture in the background there.
Oh, that way. It's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Toodle.
But
we've got your jacket.
Yeah, we've got Chris's jacket, but no. And then top 8, you get your 4 promos, and then you will get a participation promo anyway. That's pretty cool.
And I think there's 32 participation promos, so we've never had 32 for game day yet, so everybody should get one of those, which will be all good. So that'll bring people in.
Oh, did we go for some with stuttering? Adam, we need you. Stream Hell's gone red, apparently.
Dear. We'll just carry on anyway because it will kick in, and by the time it kicks back in, we'll already be up and running anyway. And we're back.
But speaking of awesome prize structures and everything, something else that's happening this weekend is the GP in Birmingham for Magic, the modern one. And we've gone Barry. Guys. But yeah, I'll keep talking about it. I love sounding deep and husky and soulful. And speaking of awesome prize structure, GP first prize is $10,000, and I didn't realise how far down in terms of rankings, but placing, the prize money went. Like if you finish 180th, you still get $200.
That's right, isn't it?
So that's not bad, is it? It's in like gradations, like sectors and
we're going to lose sound just for a second, guys, just while we unplug and plug back in.
And then sound should be back and it should be normal now.
It's just because Martin doesn't like talking about Magic. That's what I planned.
I don't dislike talking about Magic. I don't particularly want to talk about Magic in Birmingham though.
I know, my homeland, my home territory.
I don't really care where it is. It's not here, is it?
You couldn't
So
fit.
why would we want to talk about it?
2,000 people in here.
We could. They wouldn't be able to do magic, but we could fit 2,000 people.
But anyway, it looks to be a really cool event. There's a couple of awesome things about it as well. Like the thing that they do is what's it called, the sleep-in special. So if you have 2 buys, you can buy a sleep-in special ticket where you just turn up later, which I think is fantastic.
Punch and Judy, apparently. You and me.
Is that us? I like it.
No, you didn't.
But yeah, we'll stop talking about magic because Martin doesn't like it.
That's not fair to say, and that's going to make people think that I'm not interested, which I'm not, to be fair. But no, magic's magic, and we're all right with it. It's a big seller in the store, and we appreciate that side of it. I've tried and tried and tried to play it, and I've tried and tried and tried to like it, and it's just not me. I prefer playing with models. Which sort of... Oh god, there's Rich.
I want to apologise.
Hi, my name's Rich. I'm kind of a big deal.
I was meant to wear my beautiful hoodie that was a birthday present from Rich with the Geeks 40k logo on it and #1 fangirl written on the back, but Adam forgot to bring it in, so I couldn't wear it. Sorry, Rich.
Adam was told not to bring it, Rich, because that would not be fair if we put your hoodie onto the channel and we didn't put anything from all the other sponsors. So, nah. No, that's not the reason. Adam genuinely forgot it, and if I had have known it, then I probably still would have said no anyway. But no, all is good. So
talk about Northwest Open.
Northwest Open, yeah. Well, you can see all these photos of the tables and the people and the armies and stuff behind. We've had Antonio's in the room. Hi, Antonio. He said obviously cool Necron army and stuff, and it was a really, really, really good event. So I personally was up and down with regards to the event just for its start.
Yeah,
wasn't I? Sort of all week I was like, yeah, I'll get round to painting, and in true Martin style, I left it till the night before to paint an army, like literally a whole army, and then I sat until probably about midnight painting my models, thinking, right, I'll get them ready.
Is that product placement? Can I do that?
Yeah, I'll just do it. Then accepted coming up to 12 o'clock that it just wasn't going to happen, so I wasn't going to bother, and I was going to go with my white scars rather than my Nurgle demons. And then woke up early hours the next morning and was like, right, no, I need to take the demons. So I got in stupid early and feverishly was running through some painting trying to get them done. Got them to a point where they were at tabletop standard with a Helldrake Man as a head and a white scar fire raptor because I didn't get my Death Guard one done. My argument to it, well, it's a white scar fire raptor and they're heretic force, so therefore I'm a scouser as well. They just nicked it. They were nicked after white scars and they were using it. That's fine with me. So then I was all set to go. Then somebody had to cancel. I had some serious family issues, so couldn't make it. So I was like, okay, I'm not playing now. Then there was a massive crash on the M6 and one of the players was stuck in that. Hello, Lee. Lee just that actually looks like he's poking out the side of me. That's the best one yet. So yeah, then James was caught up in traffic, so couldn't make it in and was going to be delayed by several hours. So when we were looking at that, I was like, all right, okay, well, I'll jump in. I'll play Lee's games because he's just been on there. I'll play James's game, and if he turns up, that's fine. I've just played his first game, so his opponent didn't get a buy or anything, and because buys are rubbish. I know the Magic players like them and the card players, but in WarGames we don't like buys. They're not fun. Well,
we're offline again.
Well, we'll just carry on through it.
Mum says she likes the hair. Thanks, Mum.
I don't know what's different with the hair this time.
I straightened it, but okay.
Okay, sorry. But anyway, so then James turned up whilst I was playing the game, so then I was back out again, and it was an up and down. But actually, I'm quite glad I didn't play for the weekend because it was a long weekend, to be fair, but loads of fun. There was lots of different armies in there. You've written obviously some of them down, and you learnt a lot about 40k over the weekend, didn't you?
I learned that 40k. Oh, this was the weekend. This is Sean and Toby drinking a big bottle of beer, and here's Harry behind us. We sponsor Harry, Dark Artisan. But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. And I'm sorry, I always get the name of the Geeks channel wrong. I always say the old name. Sorry. Also, my mum's in the room. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Georgie's mum. Hi, Mum. You're my mum as well. That's
oh my
okay.
Goodness! Look at these reprobates behind us.
Live on show. There's Rob and Ace. Live on show next week. There's Conrad. Conrad's brother Felix actually won the tournament. with a Tau Commander spam list.
Yeah, in case anybody's actually interested in the top positions, we had Tau Commander spam as number 1, Chaos Brimstone spam as number 2, and Azrael Parking Lot as number 3.
So, which is a bit more spam as well. So, in the immortal words of Monty Python, which Georgie we already know doesn't like and should have been sacked a long time ago for it, is spam, eggs, chips and spam, eggs, beans, chips and spam, or spam, chips, beans, eggs and spam.
Pretty much.
Have you got anything without spam? Oh, the spam hasn't got much spam.
People wonder why I don't like this program.
It's funny when they do it. And people in here will like it. Oh no, orcs. No, Leah, there was lots of orcs. There was about 4 or 5 orc armies.
There were a fair few actually.
They did a bit. There's some razor wings. They'll come up. Surely there must be photos of orcs. There always is. My beard's really, really red on there.
Hey Will, here he is behind us. Yeah. But yeah, everybody seemed to have a really good time. It's really fun running those events because while you get in on a Saturday night after however many hours and you're absolutely exhausted.
Sunday night.
Well, even every of the nights.
Oh, right, okay.
Every of the nights. But it's so much fun because everybody there just wants to play and just wants to have fun. And people are there, you know, for the right reasons.
Yeah, they are.
It's nice that... And
it's a good game. So you've got your competitive players there who come with the intent to win in the tournaments, and that's absolutely fine. We welcome these people. Just laughing at the comment, sorry. And that's fine. They come in and they play the games. Doesn't mean they don't have fun, doesn't mean they're not nice people. They bring lists to win tournaments. And that's probably about a quarter to a third of the setup, and the rest, the other 3/4, 2/3, they're here for what we deem the spirit of the Northwest Open. And they're here to have fun. Paid some money to come away for a weekend, to play some games of 40k and just have a laugh doing it, and I think overall that spirit is definitely felt, even by the competitive players. Even they get involved in that as well. It's not an all out, every single person is ruthlessly competitive.
Everyone
they're not nice.
Is super friendly and super appreciative, I think is a good way of putting it, because you know, we like to run these tournaments because it is for the players really at the end of the day. Yes, it's nice to have lots of people in the shop, but it's nice to have events that allow people to all come together from all the different places that we've had people coming from. We have people coming out from Scotland, coming up from London, you know, from everywhere. And it's nice to bring them together for...
We just want to be together.
I'm trying to be nice.
I was being nice.
We're getting a bit laggy, I mean, we've got a red stream. We'll power through it, not a problem. It's
on and off. It could be our internet.
I think it might be the slideshow.
And we'll straight back on. The slideshow's nothing to do with it. That's to do with the computer processor. It's all to do with the internet bandwidth. But we've turned everything else off. We can't turn the public Wi-Fi off because there's people who need it for the phone, and also we're actually streaming through Wi-Fi because we haven't got a hardline connection at the back of the shop.
Dave's just been saying that apparently there's quite a few channels that stream through YouTube. Been having trouble this week, so it could be a YouTube glitch, could be our internet. Who knows?
Do you want to maybe restart it?
Is it still red there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's quickly restart.
We're going to quickly restart, guys. I've made notes of questions.
People, what's replacing the deal of the week?
Oh,
wow. So yeah, the deal of the week, we asked you last week what you want, and some people said bags, some people said mats, some people said start collecting sets. So everybody wants different things, and what we're finding is we're putting these products up with great discounts, and we're selling some, don't get me wrong, and you guys are buying them, but we're going back to Barry.
Sound back? Yep. We're going to get this right one week. But yes, we're turning the deal of the week off because it's so specific to one product that not necessarily everybody that's watching wants that product. And we thought, well, what do we do? So we decided we're just going to do a random discount every week that you can apply a code at the shopping cart when you're ordering online with us, and it will give you a random discount. And it will be different discount each week. We're not going to tell you what it is, whether it's 5%, whether it's 15%, whether it's 1%. We're going to basically...
We're not big enough douchebags to do 1%, to be fair. You might be.
But in the words of WarGames, shall we play a game? So what we're going to do...
If my mom's watching, she'll like this.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of fun with you, our audience. The discount will be random each week, so I say we're not going to tell you what it is. And when you get to your shopping carts, you have to load your shopping cart up with whatever you want to buy, knowing very well that you are going to get extra discount on top of our already discounted prices. So this isn't in place of, this is on top of the current discounts. But you need to know what the code is. So every single week on the live stream, we're going to give people the code. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we going to make it that easy for them?
Never.
No. What are we going to do?
We are going to, each week, we want to make, oh God, Rich is back. We want to make the code something that's not super easy to guess. We're not going to make it something like
we're not going to
WarGames
tell
on
you.
Wednesday number 2.
We're not
That's
going to
boring.
tell you the code.
It's going to be a randomly chosen word
But we are going to tell you what the word is.
in a roundabout way.
We're just not going to tell you straight out.
Of course.
This week's code is blur. We're going to say a word repeatedly throughout the live stream. And don't get me wrong, we're not going to make it super hard. We're going to put clear emphasis onto it and have a little bit of fun with it. It's not going to be difficult to figure it out. But when you type that word in, that's how they'll generate the discounts.
We'll make a point of saying, whenever you type the word into your shopping cart, please ensure it's all lowercase.
Yes,
Just so
all
you know.
lowercase. And you do have to be logged in when you are going through the shop.
Make
So
that a
you
thing.
can't just go through as a guest. You are going to have to register and put your email address in. It's free to do so. We don't send you lots of spammy emails or anything like that.
Don't think we send any
we just
emails.
don't do that. We will be doing in the future, but it'll only be relevant emails to what your products are. So Magic emails to the Magic players, 40k emails to the 40k players, etc., etc. And you will determine what comes through. But you need to figure out what the word is. So at some point throughout the show, we'll start talking about something, and then very unsubtly, we'll make sure that you know what the word is. But it makes you watch all the show.
We thought about it, because I mean, we were stood there earlier in the middle of our discussion about Game of Thrones. If anyone hasn't watched that yet, watch it immediately, because there is so much good stuff. There's loads of fighting.
There is. Are we going to talk about Game of Thrones? It's now Wednesday. If people haven't seen it,
You've
then they
had
should
no
be watching
time,
it.
guys.
And of all the ones you need to see, it's this week, because in this week's the dragon is in.
Dragon! He was
There's
so
a
cool.
dragon in it. Can
Dragon.
you believe that there's a dragon in it? You might want to know what a dragon is.
Google dragons, or like put it into some kind of search bar on some kind of website for dragons.
Yeah, I mean,
Dragons
just
are cool.
type dragon into things and you never know what's going to happen.
Ian and Jen have asked, can we pick up in store if it's under our postage limit for the
Yes.
WarGames on Wednesday?
You
Yes,
can
guys.
indeed. But yeah, so back to dragons, or dragon. Then it was epic. I don't think we should say much more in case we spoil it.
Yeah.
We've already said about the dragon.
About
Did
the
we talk about dragon?
Yeah, no, it's not a dragon. Danny
On a
is
dragon.
Yeah, big dragon. Called
Dragon.
Drogon the dragon.
So dragon. Okay, all right, okay. So moving on to that, back to Mike's thing, what to take for the LCO. The LCO, there might be a dragon in the LCO.
There won't be.
There might be, people might be.
We
There'll be
are going
dragons.
to announce some dates for the LCO, because we've been waiting to do that for a while.
And
So-
it's contentious. And Adam's walking back over
Is this
something
is
is
there a
wrong.
problem?
We were trying to make you not sound like Barry White again.
I quite like sounding
Oh,
like Barry
no.
White, actually, but that's fine.
Nobody's said that we still sound like Barry White. Oh no, this is Barry.
Are we back on? Can people even hear us?
I don't know, can they? Can
Can
you
they hear us now?
us?
Yeah, so yeah, the sound is back on.
Speaking of dragons, Rob Temple just popped up into the room. We played Red Dragon Inn the other
Dragon?
day, the board game. Red Dragon Inn. It was so much
Dragon
fun.
Inn.
It's not a super expensive game either, and it's a drinking game.
No, it's like 20 odd quid. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Something
not a
like
lot, but it's as close as I get to drinking, because I don't do that. So you flip cards, and that's your drink, and then you've got to move it out. It's honestly, it's such a fun little game. It doesn't take long to play either, and basically you get kicked out of the pub if you have no money left. You get kicked out if your alcohol gets too high because you're too drunk.
Yeah, if
and
you don't
get
tip
kicked
the
out
wench.
if you haven't got a drink.
Yeah.
And you've got to keep flipping your cards.
Yeah, but
and
then you have
can
to
buy
like tip
drinks
the
for
wench
people.
and stuff as well,
Yeah.
don't you? You have to do all those sort of things.
It's really
we're just shouting out there.
Connor's having to go about dates too. We need them.
So, very, very quick shout out to Ian of Jenny Ian, who is watching. Is it Jenny Ian or Ian Jen? It's Jenny Ian, isn't it? Happy birthday for tomorrow, mate. I won't see you because I won't be in here if you are, for whatever reason, popping into the store. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe someone will get you a dragon for your birthday.
No, they won't.
Because they're all saying we're
Say
really,
red
really
dragon
subtle about
in.
things.
We need to be more subtle, I think.
Yeah.
Who's
What's
to say
the
that's
word?
even a word?
Word. Right, so dates for the LCO. So this is a bit contentious. Thought long and hard about it, chatted with Ace this afternoon about it, had to make a decision. So the Last Chance Open is called the Last Chance Open. Why?
Because it is the last chance for you to get your ITC points before the Las Vegas Open.
Yeah, which is when the season closes. So typically, there are a few events.
Thanks, Connor.
There are 3 events. 4 sips of beer on Saturday and didn't shut up all evening. Yeah, that sounds about right, to be fair. She got 4. You should see her on a kind of relentless. So Caledonia Revolution or Caledonia Uprising, which one it is. Cali does 2 events a year and we do 2 events a year. And at the moment, they've always run theirs, and then ours has been either the week or 2 weeks after, and then moving on from there. So this year, they did theirs. Next week, we did ours. Then the week after, it was actually Gibraltar for no retreat. Shout out to the SN guys. And then the week after that was Vegas, because Vegas was in February last year, but it's Super Bowl weekend, so they brought it forward, which has kind of messed everything up.
Can't imagine there's a lot of crossover there, though.
But you'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, it's just it's caused problems for them apparently.
Interesting.
But so they've come forward a week, and Cali's gone back a week, and we were just struggling to see when we fit it in. So Caledonia is the 19th of January, that weekend, and then Vegas is the following week. So we looked at doing it the weekend before Cali, so we didn't clash. But that's literally the week straight after New Year, so we weren't sure how that would fit. Plus, there's a lot of people who are going to be going to the Isle of Man. There's a lot of people, i.e. from the Isle of Man, having spoke to a few of them, who are going to Vegas. And what people have sort of said is, if we're the week before Vegas, they can come up here, they can make it as a long holiday, sort of like a 10-day holiday, where they come here for a weekend playing our tournament, and then travel down to London or whatever it is and fly out to Vegas.
Now that's what I call a vacation.
So we're going to do it the 19th. Now that's the same weekend as Cali, and we spoke about it before, didn't we? I spoke with Ace, and I would say 80, maybe even 90% of our players, they don't go to the Caledonia events. They don't want to play the ETC format. They want to play the ITC format. So we're not alienating people, but we are aware that there are certain players that come to our events that will also go to there, and will probably have already bought the tickets because Cali sold out, and they announced their tickets a while ago. We're going to have to run with it. We're going to have to just see what happens with it, guys. If there's a big massive upset about it, let us know straight away. Tickets aren't going to go on sale for it until I would think the beginning of October.
October's what we said for that.
The exact date of tickets will probably announce next week. We're just still putting things together, but we need a week to see what sort of backlash we get when we tell people that actually it's going to be the same weekend as Caledonia.
Because obviously we don't want...
Well, yeah, there's no malice in it. We just can't.
Malice. It's just in terms of the Gregorian calendar not working in our favour.
There's 52 weeks in a year, and our 2 events are the same month as the 2 events, just because it's how it works.
And it's a case of, like you said, it kind of almost ceases to be the Last Chance Open if it's not the last chance.
Yeah, and we can't do it after Vegas because then it's the first chance. First chance open. Maybe that should be. Let's not even go down that road.
But it's not done out of any kind of. It's just one of those things that's an almost avoidable clash.
It is, and looking at the list of entrants for Cali, easily 90% of those players don't attend our events because they're different formats. Although it's all 40k, the formats different, the rule set's different, the competition level between the players is different. Ours is more relaxed fun with the American ITC rule set as opposed to the competitive ET side of things. ETC side of things.
Not that one's better than the other.
Yeah, they're not. It's just you choose your play style, and ideally, so I know the likes of, I don't know whether Mark's watching or whatever, if you are, hi Mark. I know Mark would normally go to both. And I would fully expect Mark to go to Cali, which is a shame because he won't be here.
Yeah.
But we just can't avoid it. So 19th of January, that weekend, 19th, 20th of January, that's the date.
We're offline.
We're
offline.
Adam, we're actually offline now. Oh no, wait a sec, live stream back on, just on red only.
I'm not sure what to do.
It's saying we're back on, but I'm guessing
It's
that
red.
colour's not good. Oh no, it's gone. Hopefully you guys. Anyway, we're going to carry on chatting, and we should be there. The problem is these comments are behind what that is. Oh no, it's gone. Are we back? Are we not back? Are we just having a bad stream?
Back.
Back, there you go, back, yeah, cool. And I think, to be fair, guys, the stream is...
It's the guys at Cali trying to cut it down.
The stream health drops. I think what we're going to have to do is when it drops, we're just going to carry on. If you miss bits of it, then hopefully the audio will still come through and it's just the video that doesn't. And we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
But sorry, someone's phone going in the background there. So yeah, it's unavoidable, and it's the 19th. Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah, please do let us know what you think about it, because we need to know, don't we? Really.
We do. But I think the core player group will still turn up.
Hi, Nick.
And Nick, you alright, mate? And yeah, I think it will work. Ace is in the room. Ace, obviously we chatted about it before, and we'll just see what happens. There are 60 tickets on sale, and that's all. We're not going to try and increase the size of the event. We toyed with putting more tables downstairs to increase it, but especially in light of having to merge the dates, let's leave it as it is. If it sells out straight away again, then yeah, we might look at adding some more, but we'll see.
My dad's put, "Come on, Dad, get it sorted, lad." Thanks, Dad. And someone put, "What if we miss the word?" We won't miss the word. We will roar it loud like dragons.
Yeah, Adam, can we drop the? Can we pause the
image slideshow?
Slideshow, just in case. Joe's just put it, might help. Because if it's taking a load of computer memory, then maybe that's not working.
Maybe it's because like people's Richard's face keeps coming up and they're like,
yeah, whatever you do, don't pause it on Richard's face. Nobody wants that. Even Richard doesn't want that. But yeah, so that covers the last chance open.
Speaking of tournaments, aren't you jetting off to one?
Yeah, so it's Wednesday. Tomorrow I am off. I'm getting bits sorted and then travelling down to Southampton, not for a tournament.
It's to go visit Connor, isn't
Southampton. No, it's not to see Connor, it's not to see Nick, it's not to see VisiCast. It's to go and see an annoying little pig.
No.
It's an annoying little pig.
Adam on screen.
Peppa
Pig. Adam's nephews call me George Pig. Don't know how I feel about him.
Dinosaur. But yeah, I went to Peppa Pig World for 3 days. I'm really deadly excited about this. My face should show the level of excitement
it's
that
exciting.
I'm feeling. I've got a 4.5 hour car journey with the kids there and back, but pulled a bit of a blinder. Kids normally go to bed after tea. They're normally in bed for about 7, half 7, something like that. So we're going to set off after tea. They'll fall asleep in the car and they'll sleep all the way down there.
You thought about this?
We'll then get them out the car. I'll go and check into the hotel while they're still asleep with the
That's going to be like
running.
Hurt Locker, getting them out of the car.
And then, oh no, when they're asleep, they just plank. they don't plank because that means
to be a child again.
And they just sleep. So we'll get them out. I'll have already checked in. We'll go straight into the room, drop them into the beds, and then wake up in the morning and we're there.
Feeling like P Diddy, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, brushing your teeth with Jack Daniels and stuff. Yeah.
That came on earlier.
You liked a bit of that, didn't you?
After Peppa Pig World, funnily enough, that was
yeah. So then I'm back up on the Saturday and then in here on the Sunday. To then on the Monday morning travel to Manchester Airport, fly down to London. From London I'm flying over to Toronto, and then I'm having a little nose around Toronto. Going to, what's the shop called that I'm going to?
Game and Hobby Zone.
Game and Hobby Zone in Toronto. I'm going to go and check them out. Have a look around, maybe pick a few bits up that we can't get over here. And then I'm filming with Scarredcast, so shout out to Scary. I'm going to film a couple of battle reports with him, take an army or two over. Still haven't written my lists, but I will. I'll probably paint it on Sunday. And then we're travelling down. There's a group of us travelling from Toronto to Ottawa. And the guys from Basement Collective are coming over as well. I say coming over, they're in Canada anyway, but we're going with them, we're staying with them. And we're playing in the Capital City Bloodbath, which is the Canadian ITC major event. It's like a bit of a convention. There's War Machine and Malifaux and other bits going on. There's a big bring and buy. And WarGames is sponsoring the event. So we're sponsoring, we're supplying the prizes, all with the sneaky turnaround of trying to convince those guys to come over here to our tournaments, because that'd be cool if we started getting international players. But yeah, should be good. Are you just happy just typing away there, by the way?
I'm explaining the word, also trying to make it so Adam doesn't have to wear a green bodysuit or mankini. So I think I'm doing a public service, to be honest.
Get Adam a full green bodysuit so we won't see him on screen.
Then my father suggested you wear a mankini, darling.
Okay.
He's going to stay quiet on that one. But yeah, just some clarification on the word there in the chat in case you guys, because apparently it was getting a bit cussy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can struggle to know what the word for this week's discount is. I mean, we were talking about it enough before, weren't we? What were we talking about before? What was it? Dragons we were talking about before. Dragon.
A
yeah,
dragon.
The
dragon,
dragon, yeah.
We've got 1, 2 and 3 in stock and they're really fun little games.
Red
Thank
dragon
you
in.
to Rob for
and
showing
I'll be
Adam
honest,
and I
Finn,
how to play
at that point, if you're not clocking on to things and you just need to get back to school, son. But yeah, anyway, move on from there. We've got some products to show you this week, and we still haven't set the extra camera up, but given the stream health this week, it's probably a good thing that we haven't set extra cameras up.
Before we click on to this though, I just want to give a shout.
Go on.
What the hell was that? I just want to give a shout out to another tournament that is going on in Scotland, Scottish Takeover 2.
You can't talk about that.
Why?
I was messing.
On the 4th and 5th of November.
Dave's going up.
Dave is going up.
It's my wife's birthday, so I can't, which obviously they know about.
But that's Will Betts. You might have seen his beautiful face pop up behind us here.
I'm calling him beautiful.
Will is the word netlist. But no, it's a tournament up in Scotland that our good friends Will and Vic are running, so that's going to be really, really fun. A 40k tournament up there. The
only requirements for going there is obviously a long drive up to Scotland or fly in, but the guys will help you out with accommodation and stuff, and your army has to be emailed over to them, copy and pasted straight from the internet.
Don't be,
because you've got to have a net list to go there.
You are acting like a dragon.
Well,
that was crowbar, wasn't it?
Fine, yeah. George and the Dragon. And do you like that? Yeah,
that's good. That's me and you.
Boom. George and the Dragon. Red beard. But yeah, it's Finn clicked. Well done, son. Take a bow.
Speaking of dragons, not so much dragons actually for this set anymore.
No.
Pokemon, in typical Pokemon fashion, has been keeping up with its super quick and super rapid fire new release schedule.
Burning Shadows?
Burning Shadows.
Sun and Moon, Burning Shadows.
Stereo. That was quite good, wasn't it? I've been absolutely super duper excited because
you got a deck.
I did. I've already got a deck, but I was like, it's also got a 9,000. I'm going to buy a new one. It was the theme decks that they release.
More of them coming in tomorrow.
Like every card game, they do theme decks. So like ready-made decks that you can play, that you don't need to kind of think about deck building and anything like that. You can just get this deck, and it's usually decent standard. Wouldn't win you any tournaments, but
yeah, but it's a 60 card deck out the box.
This one's actually really good because I got the
they
Ninetales
good decks,
one.
As you say, they're not tournament winning decks, but they're good decks. They're not. You can buy the starter pack, which gives you 2 30 card decks to play against each other, and then you can match them together. And they're not particularly strong decks; they are just intro decks.
Yeah. These
theme decks are they have a solid theme right throughout them. So I'm told. I literally can't play.
No, they're really good. There's 2 at the minute. There's a Lycanroar one. There's a Ninetales one. Obviously, I got Ninetales because Ninetales is my favourite Pokemon in the whole of the world. Ninetales and Eevee, and my Eeveelutions. I love them.
Necrons, Nick.
Is the code live now or later?
It's live as we speak.
It's currently. Are you logged in, Graham? Because you do need to be logged into the website for a discount code to use to work. Sorry, or lowercase if you're trying the word. I think you might be trying.
Yes.
But yeah, if you log in, then it'll work. Hopefully. Martin, yes.
Yeah. I set it live, and if not, I'll double check it when this finishes. But anyway, so these are the new Elite Training boxes, $39.99, and you get, what is it? Have you just said all that? Sorry.
No, I've always been talking about the theme decks and how good
what
the theme
do you
decks
get
are.
for 40 quid? Because that's a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, especially
It
to
is.
Pokemon players who are typically younger players. So the parents have got to have some justification.
In
these
your
boxes.
Elite Trainer box, you get 8 booster packs.
Is it only 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get. I think it is. What I like about the Pokemon ones is you get sleeves. Like
sleeves, you get
thematic
dice,
sleeves.
you get counters.
You get 65 sleeves, 45 energy cards, which is
That's
good.
important.
So that's like your mana if you're a Magic player. 6 damage counter dice, 1 competition legal coin flip die, because basically in Pokemon a lot of it is flip a coin, and in some of the sets you have like little plazzy ones. But
Classy.
Yeah.
Your mum's going to hate you.
Dad got
right
angry
now.
earlier because I said asked instead of asked.
Yeah.
But
But
little coins.
Jack's
This is
going
like
to be fuming. Classy.
a competition legal coin flip one, 2 condition markers and the GX marker and a box to hold everything in and a code for the online game.
So when you break it all down, there's probably
Better.
got 70 quid's worth of stuff.
I'd say better than a Magic.
It's much better than Magic Bundle. Magic Bundle for the same price gives you 1 extra booster, but you don't get any sleeves. You do
But you
get
get the
land.
sleeves. You do get land, don't you?
But you don't get dice, you don't get tokens, you don't get counters, and so these are better value in my opinion. There's probably 60, maybe £70 worth of stuff in there. So they're a good box, and they are very, very much a limited edition thing. When they are gone, they are
They
gone.
are very gone. And it's
um,
the same with the starter decks. They're $12.99, but that's your full deck. And as my father has so poetically put in the chat, you can't beat a ready-made deck. Can't argue with that, can you?
Gaz, what can I say? Gary, you'd have been impressed this morning. My daughter, it was her birthday last week. This morning, my daughter, she upset me because she was so excited at getting a birthday present, belated birthday present off to grandparents who had been away. And she's like, Daddy, 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 I need to show you, I need to show you. So I came downstairs and she rocks out in a standard chartered Liverpool full strip with Georgia 5 on the back of it. So I refused to hug her, being an Evertonian. I eventually agreed to pick her up and then sort of held her arms. This was like, I can't get you any closer.
Good girl. That's what I like to hear.
Just so everyone knows, I did end up giving her a hug and a kiss goodbye. I resented it, but I gave her it. And then as I walked out, I was playing the Everton theme tune as we walked out.
Disgusting. Disgusting behaviour.
And she just thought it was funny.
But yeah, Pokemon. The thing with Pokemon, like we said before, it's all very kind of quickfire limited edition stuff. So when it's gone, it's got. I can see Zav nodding enthusiastically in the background. Thank you for your support, Zav. It's very, a couple of months then it's gone. So that's why when I walked in and saw that there were like 2 Ninetales decks left, I was grabbing one. But it's a good deck. Like someone we know played it against.
Sorry, that was Brummie Scouts. It's a good deck. You did the good in Brummie and then the deck in Scouts. I was just like,
that's who I am now.
You're a hybrid.
I'm a mongrel. But it's got like it beat. I'm not a mongrel. It beat Jay's.
Guess what I'm getting in calendar next week.
He's getting me the Harry Potter board game. I'm so excited.
And the Harry Potter deck building game, I'm picking it up from the Hobby and Game Zone, or Game and Hobby Zone.
I'm excited. But yeah, I always wanted to talk about how good the new Pokemon stuff is, really.
Yeah, which is fine. And we did it. And we talked about it.
It's very rad.
What else is on our list for this week? Because we've done the Pokemon Sigmar event. Those tickets go up on Monday. So they'll all be set up and running. So don't forget, if you're interested in coming and playing some Sigmar, just having a look at the 40k events there, you can see how packed it gets.
If you move aside, look at some of the painting and things like that. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
There's 850 quid's worth of prizes up for grabs. There's trophies, there's certificates, there's painting competitions for individual miniatures for full armies.
May the hobby be the winner.
Yeah. Toby puts it right every single time. May the hobby be the winner. And do you know what? It's right.
It is. That's what I like.
The hobby should come first, and the competition comes second. And most games appreciate that.
Yeah.
And most gamers appreciate that as well.
I mean, that's why we do what we do in terms of offering a good prize support system for the best painted categories and stuff like that, because it is important. It's a very important part of the game, you know, in a lot of people's lives. I mean,
Up the toffees.
Or not.
Graham records at Goodison. He's works for a production team that does all the camera work. So, hi Graham.
No, Graham.
Gary Stevens lived next door in the 80s. Very good. See?
No, I'm not on the winning side here. I don't like it.
Yeah. We
It's not
don't
good.
care what the red side say. 'Cause we're PG-13.
Nicely done.
What
yes.
the heck do we care?
What the heck? Oh, crazy.
Anyway, moving on from that. So obviously start throwing your questions in, guys. We'll scroll back down. I think George had written 1 or 2 down as you've been giving them to us. We've been running for 44 minutes. Is it Mum making guest appearance next week on G-Spot? So there's a thing. It's the G-Spot with G-Spot's mum.
Oh, God!
Yes. The Broads are invading next week. So Jackie's going to be here, sitting in my chair.
You might even get Dad on as well. They're
place.
both going to be here.
To be fair, yeah, let's get Dad in on it as well.
Obviously, with Martin gone, we're going to have a nice peaceful week. So I want you all to do me a favour and make sure we get more people watching next week than we have for any other week. I want it to be super popular when mine's not here. That's what I want.
We might, depending on technology, depending on time difference and everything else, and whether or not I can physically manage it on the Wednesday. I'm filming on Wednesday with Scary, so it depends whether it fits in. But maybe me and Scary will take time out of our filming to join in on the live stream, but video link in, and then we can put it onto the screen. I think that can work.
I know. But yeah, I think
we can do
the
it.
best thing we're going to be able to do next week, obviously, my mother and my father aren't big gamers. They know that I work here and that Adam spends money on cards. That's pretty much the extent of their gaming knowledge. So what I think we might do is start to do a little bit of not a playthrough. We'll get a nice simple board game, have a laugh with them. I want them to ask all of you guys questions. I want to have like a noob AMA, and I want my parents to be talking about games, and I want us to educate them. Ask me anything.
All right, okay. I didn't know that.
And I
I'm a
want
noob.
questions all around about different parts of the hobby. I want us to educate them, and I want after that hour
Might be a bit too
them.
late for education.
I want
They
them
had
to
you.
be excited and enamoured.
At the point where they had you, that proved that they needed educating. And I think they'll both agree with me, to be fair.
But yes, I think that'll be fun. I'm excited. So we've got to have lots of love when they
Poker
come
on
for that.
YouTube with the Broads. Love
I
it.
can't play poker. I've never played it.
We shall have to remedy it.
I don't think we shall have to remedy that at all.
Oh, you'd be vicious at it. You'd be rubbish, but you'd be vicious.
That's what Joe. I was thinking, Catch the Moon with Mum and Dad, asking questions about the hobby.
Catch the Moon's fine. And we've sold so many copies of that game. It's
We have. We sold so many at the Northwest Open because on Friday night, instead of all going out drinking on the Friday,
Instead of working.
yeah, we all just sat and had like a Catch the Moon off. There was like several different. I love it. It was great.
I still haven't played it. I've seen
I
it. but
don't know
haven't
how.
played it.
It's so good.
I like the look of it. I've just not got round to
Broad
playing it.
games.
Broad games.
Broad games.
Dan, I like your style. I'm
Yes.
liking it. Broad games.
That's incredible, and I love it.
How about cribbage? How's about no?
What's cribbage?
There you go. Exactly. Let's leave cribbage in the chat.
What is
room.
it?
Cribbage is you get it inside a chessboard normally as well, or is that backgammon? I don't know. It's one of those old boardy type games.
Play Cards Against Humanity with your parents. My
be
dad.
really good.
My dad would love it. My mum would hate it.
Your mum would love it. She'd just
No,
swear.
Mum, I know for a fact. She'd be like, "No, that's disgusting. I can't do that." Sorry, Mum, of that impression. But
Is this what your elocution lessons were for?
I never went to elocution lessons. I only got threatened with them.
Ooh, big news of the week that I've been told I'm absolutely not allowed to say live
No.
on camera because Georgie's mum and dad are watching and I can't drop the spoiler and I can't tell them, but I'm going to tell them anyway.
There's a question. Will you be getting in the new double-sided mats from Game Mat EU? If so, when? I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
They are a
That's
thing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Slippy?
No. So, Mike. Yes, we can order them in. But let me ask you this: it's £60 for a single-sided mat, or £100, or it might even be £105 for a double-sided mat. So you're only saving £20 by buying a double-sided mat. The problem with having the double-sided mat is, yes, there is a chance of slippiness.
Because it wouldn't grip, I don't
'cause it's not got
suppose,
the
would
grip
it?
to it. Also, you're more likely to mark the underneath if there's anything on the table. Now, fine, you can just brush your table down and make sure it's okay. But you're restricted to which two designs are on either side. So you might like the design on one side, but you don't want the one on the other side.
Oh, so it's like preset, if that makes sense. You can't
so
pick.
it's A and B, it's C and D, it's E and F. And I think they've done 3, maybe 4 of these double-sided ones, and they're a cool idea in principle. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not feeling it, to be fair, because for £15, maybe £20 more, you can choose your 2 mats. Have the grip to them. They both roll up together. They don't take up much more space as a second mat, and it just gives you that option. So yes, we can order them in for you, mate, but have a good think about it. You're probably better with 2 normal ones.
Then again, if you see one that catches your eye for both sides, it's nice and simple, I suppose, isn't it, really? I'll take that as a yes. But
Sorry, I was reading something else.
But no, I think it's like you said. If you were able to maybe choose what was on each side, that would be really good. But I suppose that would up the production cost massively, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I say yes, we can order them in. I just don't necessarily think they're a good idea. That doesn't mean that everything I think is not a good idea isn't. I'm only right most of the time.
Well, we had another question earlier from Antonio about D&D and Pathfinder, and which is more popular.
D&D.
Yeah.
Simple answer. We sell a little bit of Pathfinder, we sell a lot of D&D, and that's literally
I don't
simple
know if
as we can
that's
make it.
an across the pond type thing either. I mean, maybe is Pathfinder bigger in America? Maybe.
Don't know. I don't think so. Pathfinder's a big system. It's Pizio. I don't know. You'd be able to pronounce it. Paizo.
Paizo.
There you go. Yeah. Whatever she said.
No, D&D's been really popular. We've got a lot of
D&D's the original RPG, and so in here definitely D&D.
We've got a lot of groups. We've got some new groups that are
5 or
starting
6
as well,
groups,
which is nice. Like newer people are getting into it, which is always
worth
nice.
putting a shout out just on camera for any local people that are watching. Dan Green, who runs. I'm trying to remember the information now because this is literally off the cuff. It's like a 1950s sort of feel. I'm sure it's D&D though for the rule set. You'd have to go into WarGames players group, join into there, and you'll see the post from Dan Green. He's had they meet every other Thursday, and he's had a couple of players who have had to drop out because of other commitments. So they're looking for a couple of extra players to join in and continue their campaign. So if anybody's interested, hit Dan up, give him a shout, and he'll get you involved in the game.
I love it.
Every other Thursday. So
You've got what new board games are we excited about getting into stock?
what new board games are we getting into stock soon that you're excited about? I don't know what's coming in. I'm trying to think now.
I mean, Venus Next is kind of
that's the end of the year, though, isn't it?
But it's exciting.
We're waiting for Rick and Morty Total Recall to come back in.
We've had a load of people buying that.
Already probably resold out of the next order that comes in. Charterstone, I know Ian's ordered a copy of that. Charterstone's coming in September. There's a new expansion for Scythe coming through, which should be good.
Yes, there is, isn't there?
There's a new there's a new expansion which people are getting excited about coming in a few weeks for Splendor, which is Cities of Splendor. So any Splendor fans out there, you're finally getting an expansion for your game, which is good. And I really don't know. I'm trying to put my long range scanner on.
Joe has asked about the Harry Potter game. Now, Joe, let me get my Harry Potter hat on. There are several new Harry Potter games coming out. There's a deck building one that Martin mentioned, which is that US only at the minute.
It is, yeah. Well, US and Canada, and it's Hogwarts Battles, a deck building game.
Yeah, it's essentially a deck building game, and you can build your deck as certain houses, can't you, basically? Which is great because I really, really love deck building games.
But it's also like a legacy game as well, where each deck you open the deck as you go along, so you don't get to just look through all the cards. You open it as it tells you to open it. So there is a set of rules to follow to run through the game. Multiplayer. I think there might be a solo option.
But if you can get that for me when you're in Canada, that would be amazing. But there's also the new Harry Potter game from Night Models that's coming out.
That's been delayed, hasn't it?
I know, but I keep getting the minis sent and like the
Snape
pictures and
looked
stuff
boss,
like
to
that,
be fair.
and they're absolutely stunning. I mean, if they're all going to be in plastics, so you can get the
Are they doing
detail.
plastic?
Well, all of the pictures so far have been plastic.
Oh, right, that's good. It's
They've
good that
been
they're moving over,
unpainted
'cause-
plastic.
well, that's
Because
very good then.
as someone who used to play the Batman game, gluing those minis together, they were. I remember when I just came to you one day, tears in my eyes because Catwoman's whip broke for the 3rd time, and I was like, no, I can't. I've got nothing left. I can't. But
Yeah.
if it's gonna be in plastic, it's gonna be good because the detail on some of them is absolutely stunning. Yeah. So far, we've seen Harry, Ron, Hermione. Harry suffered the age-old issue of glasses on a model. Looks a bit weird, but I think that's the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit Challenge. I will
lose?
I will challenge you.
You would lose because didn't you lose in a Harry Potter pub quiz?
That was because someone
lose?
got everything question right and I got one wrong because I can't remember.
But so therefore, the biggest Harry Potter fan got beat by a Harry Potter fan.
Why would you bring that up? But
because it's so.
So
Because I haven't brought the other exciting news
Snape,
up about.
We've seen Harry, Ron, Hermione. We've seen
She's
Snape.
petrified that I'm
Snape's
going to let
amazing.
slip about this.
We've seen Mad-Eye Moody. We've seen a Death
Who
Eater.
thinks I
we've
should
seen
give
Voldemort.
this special
I
news
think
out?
Martin should shut his face.
There's a big red button in front of me that I'm not
Antonio,
allowed to press.
I am neither a Gryffindor nor a Ravenclaw. Pottermore sorted me into Slytherin.
Really?
I got early entry.
I'd have put me in Slytherin. I wouldn't have put you in.
I got early entry. You be a Hufflepuff. I got early entry, obviously.
Slytherin, surely.
And I got Slytherin.
Oh, right.
And my Patronus is a white horse, which I was kind of annoyed about because I'm not a big horse person.
So Slytherin's Slippy.
No.
Slippy snakes and stuff.
Yeah, Merlin was a
You
Slytherin.
could slip a ring onto a snake.
Stop it. That's weird. You know what else is in Harry Potter? Dragons.
I'm gonna. So in the background is Dave, and Dave won't come on camera, and Dave won't talk on camera.
He's just shaking his head.
I'm only looking for a nod or a shake of the head. Should I announce the special news on camera that Georgie doesn't want me to announce?
There's no special news. People are gonna get the wrong idea right now. Yeah, exactly.
But that's more reason why I should do it. How nasty can I be? How funny can I be? There's a huge big red button in front of me saying, do not press. I need to press the button.
There's a button I can
Guys,
push. It's
should I
called
press the
End
button
the
and tell
live
you?
stream.
Or should I not? I don't know what to do.
Anyway, we're approaching the hour mark, so we should probably start to wrap this up, shouldn't we?
Look who wants to get off stream now. Look,
Connor!
do it, Martin.
But, oh no, there's a fire starting down the other end of the shop. We should probably see to that, right? I'll go do it.
I'm thinking of a Bruno Mars song.
Locked Out of Heaven. I love Bruno Mars. Speaking of Bruno Mars, he was at the Super Bowl, wasn't he? Stop it. You're such a dickhead. The Slanesh Army is coming along pretty good. Basically, because Martin has buggered off somewhere on a holiday because he's allowed on teen holidays.
Excuse me, have you not just booked more holidays today?
To go to a family wedding.
Is
Anyway.
it a holiday? Yeah.
Thunder. What is there thunder? Jenny said there might be thunder. But basically, I was going to start the live stream on Friday, but because Martin's away and Adam's not here, probably not best to sit at the back of the shop painting when Dave's really busy, because that's a terrible idea under any circumstance. So, essentially...
It'd save you sitting at the back of the shop looking at your computer screen.
So, what I'm probably going to do is...
dropped. That was instead of pressing the button. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm going to start...
Press it.
Um,
Dan's saying press it. Oh, Dan, your train will leave tomorrow as well. I boxed it up before.
So will my will to live.
It'll be with you either Friday or Monday. I simply forgot. I'm not going to lie to you.
So what I've done is I've painted one up. And I did that, like we mentioned last week, because I wanted to get any mistakes that I've made out of the way. Do you know what I mean? So I can talk about them when I'm live streaming, because people don't like to do that.
Very broad. So does your mum and dad, yeah, George, now worse than Catwoman's whip breaking, do your mum and dad want me to press the button?
Stop it. It's not even funny. So what I want to do is I've found out lots of the mistakes I've made. I've made plenty. And then I'm going to talk about them on the live stream. But again, Friday, timing wise, has been a bit of a pain because I don't really want to do that and then just...
Yeah, we'll wait till I'm back and that's fine. And no, guys, I'm not going to press the button. I couldn't do that. I couldn't.
Dad!
Go ahead, Mart.
But no, so essentially, that's the plan on the Slanesh. I'm very excited. Adam played his first game of Sigmar the other day, so hopefully we'll get him playing in the Sigmar tournament we have going on. Can we post a few pics on Instagram? I will. I mean, yeah. I've got to get my little lady that I'm doing at the minute finished. I've got to finish her hair. She's kind of inspired by Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy with the hair, because obviously I've gone for a pinker look than before.
Josh said up there as well before, what's the deal of the week? Josh, you're going to have to watch the episode back. I know you come in late, and I understand not everybody can make it on time.
Just fly through it like a dragon.
Yeah. That's exactly all you need to do. Think like a dragon, act like a dragon, type like a dragon, and you'll figure it all out. And do you know what? On that note, button not pressed. First time in my life that I'm not pressing the button that would show the ring. And
it's very Lord of the Rings.
No, the rings are things that you put on your fingers. So you have different things. I have a wedding ring on my wedding ring finger.
What were we doing with Fallout Wasteland Warfare? We get this question almost every week, don't we?
We're waiting for Modifius to get back in touch with Mephidius, whichever one it is. We'll get it wrong when they're here as well. They're still final playtesting. They're still in the final playtesting stages of the game. Once it's finished, Rob, who is in the room, is hopefully going to hook it up so that it all. What's the news, kidder? So that it all. Look, they all want me to press the button about you and Adam being engaged.
We're not engaged. We're not engaged. We're not engaged. Mom and Dad, that's not a thing.
What's on your finger?
Nothing. We're
It's
not
an
engaged.
engagement ring, is it?
Oh my god. Okay, so that's not a thing.
To be fair, guys, I've been winding her up all afternoon. They're not engaged. They're really not. I've just been winding her up because she had a ring on her finger. I was like, why didn't you tell me? And it's not an engagement. And I said I was going to wind her up and tell her parents, and I was going to break the news, which I have done, but it's not. I'm only messing. Sorry,
like
Gary.
Donald
Sorry,
Trump.
Jack. No, he's not messing. He's going to unleash a fire and fury like this world's never seen before. But on that note, we have.
I'm going to unleash fire and fury when this stream goes off.
I've just said I was joking. I've been winding you up all afternoon about it. And it was funny.
Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Guys,
spread
we'll
your wings
see you next
like
week.
Baby dragons.
I won't see you next week. Georgie will. She's probably grateful that I'm not here after.
Oh, I imagine they'll be so structured and civilized.
And yeah, see you next week.
Bye.